Hi friends, it's Victor Costa, Peace, Love, and Muscles. Hope you're doing well. I'd like to just share with you a workout that I had the other evening. And on this particular evening, I was doing back and triceps. And I was really going down to the gym to get connected to those muscles rather than just doing a prescribed 5 sets of 10 of lat pull downs or 4 sets of 10 of seated rows. I was really going down there to get connected to my body, to really have that sort of dialogue with my muscles and to have an argument with the resistance, to have an argument with gravity and really get connected to my body. And so I started this particular night with a movement that I really feel quite dramatically, this standing lat pull down. The reason I feel this so much is because I'm in a position of deleverage or non-leverage. My knees aren't hooked underneath those pads or anything. And when I pull down on the weight stack, there's really very little supporting me other than my lats, right? So that's why I like this movement. It's because I'm not hooked in and I'm not allowing the momentum of my body or the just some kind of a movement to trick myself into completing a repetition. It's just me arguing with that gravity or arguing with that resistance, really feeling the exercise in the muscles that I'm working. And I lean back to really get different aspects of my back involved. I especially feel this in the lower lats when I pull down to my chin. I hold it. As you can see, I'm pulling with my lats. My hands are relatively relaxed. And then I lean back to sort of ignite the stabilizing muscles. And this really does get parts of your back involved that wouldn't be otherwise. And so here I pull down, I hold it, and then I sometimes lean back. And then that's really where you're testing your strength, right? Strength is defined in different ways. I never look at doing bench presses or deadlifts or squats and hearing large numbers and thinking of that as strength. I think of strength as an overall definition. You know, how strong is the body, not in those 3 or 4 positions, but just overall, generally speaking. And so when I do this movement, it reminds me that I am a body. I'm just not a collection of body parts. And so here I am, I'm pulling down, holding, hands are relaxed. I lean back. I feel it not only in the muscles that have already been contracted, but I kind of maneuver that stress into different areas of my back, and then I just finish the movement that way. And so this is also another great exercise to talk about stretching. Now, to me, this is where I'm stretched, right here. And one of my early coaches told me that stretching isn't just seeing how far your body can go in a particular movement by pulling it in a particular direction. Stretching a muscle is about working against it simultaneously, right? It's about recognizing the opposite side of the stretch, right? So it's not just flopping and trying to touch your toes. It's working against that simultaneously. And right here, when I bring these weights up is really when I'm stretched the most, when my lats are still engaged to an extent and I'm allowing myself to feel the other side of this weight stack, pulling against me at the same time working against it. And for me, that's the stretching, right? Rather than just flopping up all the way to the top and seeing how high I can extend my arms. The stretch is the working against the muscles. Or working against the other side of the stretch, if you will. I hope that makes some sense. You'll know it when you feel it. So it's remaining in a particular posture, like this one, and then allowing yourself to feel the stack pulling you and extending you while you work against it. Otherwise, you're just seeing how kind of flexible you are rather than really stretching the muscles and getting involved with them at a deeper level. And as you can see, I switch up my rhythm from time to time with this because it's not about the sets. It's not about the repetitions. It's about feeling it. It's about sort of a story of the set. It's about being improvisational, right? It's about sort of just feeling the connection, relishing the connection, knowing when you got it right, and searching for that sort of perfect repetition each time. And for me, that's the fun part about this. It's not just getting it over with. It's really sort of the in-between parts of it. It's the experiment. And a lot of times we don't experiment with our workouts. We just kind of go in there, count them out, say we did the reps, and we're done with it. But this will give you greater connection to your body, and that's what you're really trying to do with bodybuilding. You're trying to send a signal and a message to the body of, I would like you to do X, right? You're in that kind of connection mode, and you're trying to get your body to yield to what you want psychologically, and you're doing that with exercise as sort of the conduit. And so there's no way that this can be done in just a mathematical formula of, here's the reps, here's the sets, let me do this. It's more of a feeling thing. It's more of an intuitive thing. And I think that that's really the only way to approach bodybuilding. So you want to set some time aside to experiment, right? To get into positions of deleverage, not where you're feeling the strongest or where you can move the most weight. It's when you can move the least amount of weight, and you work with that feeling. You work with that sensation of, boy, it's really challenging in this posture. Now, when I say that, I don't mean to put yourself into a pretzel. The posture should still be relatively comfortable, but not easy. I hope that makes some sense to you as well, right? It's comfortable because it feels like sort of a natural posture. It's not difficult to get into, but it doesn't feel unnatural to the body, so to speak. And then you work with the resistance in different postures that still feel natural. But again, you're not in a position of leverage, because when you're in a position of leverage, that's when you can move the most weight. The strongest muscles take over. When you're in a position of deleverage, that's when the weaker parts are called to action. And that's how you build more of a complete physique, by kind of focusing on the things that you're not normally doing. And of course, when I move a weight, I like to be strong or be able to have facility with that weight in just about every part of that movement, either on the way down or on the way up, the eccentric and concentric part of the exercise. And then within that, have a degree of variability of what happens if I stretch out a little bit more when I'm holding the contraction, or what happens if I move in a different posture throughout the exercise. And that's what I like to do. So I would suggest trying this with the standing lat pull downs. You're not in a position of leverage. You can feel the lats engage immediately. It's not a dangerous posture, and you might really feel that it will add something to your back workout. So I know it's a little bit long-winded, but my job is to teach, and I wish you guys all the best and good health. You can do this naturally. Peace, love, and muscles. Please take care of yourselves. Like and subscribe, and also ding that little bell so you're aware of other videos as they come up. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Vicsnatural. And also on Facebook at Vicsnatural. So please say hello. Peace, love, and muscles. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.